This week's topic, as you can see, is Let's Go Mobile. Super excited about this one. Of course, I'm a little tiny bit biased, but we'll see why in a moment. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so when we talk about using Pipeline on a mobile device, I'm going to go through several different features. When you're using your device, a lot of what happens with Pipeline happens automatically. So it automatically adjusts to you being on a device. So we'll go over those, generally how that works, but then we'll also go over some specific things that you can do or actions that you can take that can really maximize using Pipeline from a mobile device, okay? So that's what we'll dive into today. So let me start first by showing you just kind of how Pipeline behaves when it's on a mobile device. Pipeline is what's called a responsive website, which means that it adapts or responds to the type of device you're on, or more specifically, what kind of monitor or the size of your monitor that you're on. So let me go ahead and make this width of this, or make this window a little more fluid so that I can change its size. So right now, my window's a pretty standard size here. I'm on a desktop or a laptop. But if I narrow this window here, notice what happens as it gets more narrow. You see that change there in the middle? Also, if I get even more narrow, it starts to look a lot different and really adjust so that it's more appropriate to be used from a narrow device. So once I get to this super narrow minimum width of my window, it looks exactly like my mobile device does, right? So again, I can more easily get to my information and scroll to it instead of it being a full desktop version. So it responds to my monitor width and displays it appropriately. So that means that you don't need a special app or need to download any special app or do anything special in order to get these features. You just log in the same as you do when you're on your laptop or your desktop, and it will automatically look this way when you're on a narrow device, or really, again, just respond to whatever width of the device that you're on so that it's best laid out, okay? So automatically happens for you there. So right now I'm on the desktop view, and you can see, again, I've got more appropriate layout of things that I need to get to. My menus are up top here. I've still got my buttons, my little my icons that show where I can hop to quickly, etc. If I go over to my transactions page, same deal. It's laid out so that I can nicely see what I need to see, right? I've got some expandable menus up here instead of them being laid out across the left-hand side, etc. Okay. And then just hitting one of the more common places that you'll get to. Let me hop into a transaction. And you can see that that's laid out appropriately. So I've got my basic information, or actually my menus up top again instead of on the left, my basic information, my agents, my checklists, my docs, notes, etc. Okay. And also, while I'm on this page, one helpful thing to know is typically you'll be on your cell phone, maybe you're out in the field, and you want to upload docs. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to upload docs. When you do, and you do it from your mobile device, it's not going to do it here because I'm not on a mobile device, but when you do it and you click to upload a doc from your mobile device, it'll give you the option to take a picture, right? So that's nice and convenient if you really do need to take a picture from the field of a property, etc. Okay, and just upload it directly to the transaction. All right. So a little helpful tip there. Obviously, I don't upload docs much from my mobile device. Okay, also, I wanted to mention, let me hop back over to this page to show you something else. I can't talk about how the site is responsive and adapts to the width of your monitor without also talking about the ability to collapse collapse the menus across the left when you're in a regular window. Or on a mobile device, right? So it doesn't matter whether you've got, let's say, this normal sized screen and you just want more width for the main portion of your page. You can collapse your menus by hovering over the title area here, waiting for your arrow, and then collapsing. So that will collapse your menus to just be icons, giving you more horizontal width for the rest of the screen. So for the dashboard, probably not as big of a deal, but when I'm on my transactions page or anything that's got a list, etc., again, having that collapsed gives you more space or width for those lists. Okay, so that can be super helpful. Okay, and again, you could do that whether you're on a mobile device or even on your laptop if you just want more width there. Next, I wanted to mention how when you are on Pipeline, you can easily add, or any website really, easily add an icon to get here from your home page of your mobile device. And the way that you do that is from Android. Got a couple screenshots for you here. When you're on an Android, in the upper right corner, you've got your settings or your three dots there. If you tap that and then select the item to add to home screen, it'll add Pipeline to your home screen. Okay. From an iPhone, you'll see the little sharing icon down at the bottom. If you tap that, then tap, and this is universal, not just for Pipeline, then tap Add to Home Screen, and then select Add, and that'll add that to your home screen. Okay, just giving you easy access to get to Pipeline from your home screen. All right. Lastly, second to lastly, I wanted to mention a few tips, and some of these are specific to Pipeline, some are not, but that will just help you navigate through Pipeline when you're on your mobile device. The first is that although we are completely paperless, there will be occasions when you want to print something out. And don't feel intimidated by the fact that you're looking at something from your mobile device, whether you're in Pipeline or not. You can connect to printers. So if you need to print something out, and if you're looking at it, and you'll have the menu item in the upper right corner, depending on what kind of print device you've got, you'll have the ability to actually connect to the printer first, just once to set it up, and then whenever you need to print, go ahead and print whatever it is that you need to print. Okay. So that's one thing. Don't feel limited by being on your device, your mobile device for that. The other is sometimes when you're taking pictures in the field from your phone, if your Pipeline account is set up to only allow PDFs to be uploaded, there are tools that you can use to convert JPEGs or picture files into PDF files. So if you search convert JPEG to PDF or convert picture to PDF, you'll find plenty of tools and see which one suits the needs that you want, and then that'll make an easy transition. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention is back to that whole screenshot, at least for Android, and y'all can share if you know from an iPhone. I actually just personally don't. But from an Android, you've got the ability to find in page. So you're on your mobile device, you've just from a practical standpoint, sometimes it's harder to find what you're looking for because there's more, you've got a narrower screen, so there's more content to scroll down through. Find on page can be really helpful when you're trying to isolate a particular word or find a particular doc or whatever, and you want to just do a find for a particular few characters or a term. So I could do find on, actually, let's see what's on here. Find on HOA to jump down to that area on the page. So find in page can be really helpful when you're searching and have got a lot to search through. Okay. Also on this list of menu options, you've got the ability to convert to desktop site, to view this as if you were on a desktop. So if I click this option, and I'm on what is looking like the mobile device here, it'll automatically show Pipeline to me in its desktop form, so it's full width form. And that can be helpful if for some reason, you really do just need to see it how you normally see it from your laptop for whatever reason. You can come there to the triple dots and then come down to desktop site and see it that way. Okay. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is a feature that'll be coming up, so a little sneak peek into a pretty cool feature, and that is the ability to add audio notes. So when I am on a transaction and I normally can add a note or email, right? So I'm sure you're all aware of. There'll be a new little icon here called Add Audio Note or something like that. And I'll be able to click a button or tap an area to add a quick note to the transaction. And that can be really helpful when you're on your mobile device, probably out at a property or whatever, to be able to add a note without actually typing. So super helpful from your mobile device. And that should be coming in the fairly near future, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, but that's what we got for today.